claim their property from somebody and then they ended up burning them. And it's because of the lapses in our criminal justice system.
Yeah.
Wait, you're an only child?
But do you think that has affected you?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. I'm so scared. Like, I just want to be happy. You know, like, I want to be with someone who will make me happy. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Someone who will make me happy, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Okay, so what would you tell your 12-year-old? Your innocent self. Like, if you had advice, looking at yourself right now and looking back, maybe you used to be so scared of something. I don't know. Who wants to go first?
Okay, this time I'll go. I would say, don't be afraid and take that leap. I know that I used to be scared. Like, I used to want to do a lot of things. Like, when I was growing up, I wanted to be this, I wanted to be that, I wanted to be that. And sometimes I'd be like, why didn't I start this thing like way back? It is more or less like, take that leap and don't be afraid. Like, oh, would I do it well? Would I da? Like, even as 12, I can remember me being a 12-year-old. That's what I would tell myself, that there is nothing like fear. Just a made-up concussion of different things that never even happened yet, that I made up. Yeah.
No facts. Wait, sorry, I just want to say something to like what you just said. Like, with regards to having so many things you want to do and you don't know which one to choose, and because of that you can actually get stuck and not be able to do anything.
Yeah, I struggle with that a lot. Like, I have different interests. Yeah. Oh, at some point I wanted to be a journalist, I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to be an actor, I wanted to be I studied psychology, I wanted to be so many things. So which one?
Yeah. And because of that, you can't make a decision, you're stuck.
Yeah.
And one advice I would give is just like, why not just try and know if you like it or not?
Yeah.
So just pick anyone. It doesn't have to be the one. Just pick anyone, try it, and just see how it goes. If it's not for you, then now you can scrap that and try the next thing.
Want to do. So if I wanted to be a writer, I am creating content. I am writing for people. If I wanted to be an actor, yes, I've acted, and at some point I'm writing things that are made into, say, a movie, for example. If I wanted to be a teacher, I'm running a community and I'm literally telling people I've taught you. So this
at the
goes
end of
for
the day, you
people.
can do everything.
Yeah, and then it's not single.
Yeah.
Hands.
You can all work together.
You can all work together.
Yeah.
You're teaching at some point.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, I tell my 12-year-old self, just relax. Education is not everything.
Calm down.
Because I used to have so much pressure to perform in class, and I used to read so hard. I'm telling you, I used to sleep late, wake up early.
Really?
But my mind just didn't understand that chemistry and that maths. And my dad used to tell me, your life is over. Like, yeah, like, you're not performing in school. What do you want to do? What do you think you'll become? Not just my dad, the teachers, and my friends used to perform, and I used to wonder, I used to cry, and I used to tell God, oh my God, my future, God, I'm working hard. Why can't I pass? Maybe I am just not book smart, But I was so afraid of my future. I used to study hard, but so I tell myself, relax. Education is not everything. Your education does not determine your life. If that's the path for you, fine. But if you're giving it your all and you're not passing in class, maybe God has a different path for you. So just don't be scared. It's gonna be okay.
An experiment.
Can I add something? I would even say that education is actually in everything. If you're a YouTuber, you're learning how to become a better you. So you're educating yourself.
Yeah.
So it's a pattern of education that we are so used to that we think this is the only way to being educated. The man who is selling something and is trying to get more advanced in. So a builder, for example, there are new concepts coming every time, and that person is educating themselves. So you're still being educated at some point. You can be educated in this kind of education that we know, you went to uni, and still be illiterate in some part of things.
Yeah, true. But then again, your parent only wants the best for you. So it's not like my dad was an evil man. He, in his mind, he thought that education is everything. So yeah, I don't hold it against you.
No, definitely.
Okay, so for me, I would tell my 12-year-old self to not rush, like just be patient. I feel like at 12, I was eager to get to senior secondary school. I was eager to talk to my first boy. I was eager to go for party. I was so eager to do everything. So I feel like, just take your time, like one step at a time. Things eventually come together. Like, and like you were saying as well, dream big, like explore whatever you can explore. Like, don't limit yourself. I think maybe at 12, I don't know what I would have been thinking at 12, but I don't think I had any dreams, So just keep an open mind. I feel like, be open to the possibilities.
Yeah. I think I would say the same, like being more open, I guess. But I'll just tell myself to... Okay, do you know what I would tell myself? I would say the world is not out to get you. Because I just felt like everybody was against me for some reason. So yeah, I would say that. The world was not out to get me, and I could have been able to enjoy life a lot more.
Wow. So if you're a 12-year-old teenager or just a young person, I hope that comes in handy for you. So okay, now fast forward, you're in your 20s. How is life? Living in Nigeria as a young woman. Should we start with dating? As you guys know, they say that Nigerian men are the most romantic men in Africa. And you're a Nigerian girl, so maybe you can tell us.
Okay, but like, who said that?
The research.
Well, the thing is that I'm biased because I've only ever dated Nigerians. I've never dated any other race, any other African tribe, only ever Nigerians. And so far, so good, in all honesty. I feel like, I even like... Because I did A-levels in uni. I said A-levels in uni. A-levels in England. And I was the only black girl in my school. So I always thought maybe I would actually date like a white guy. But I feel like even the way that they toast you, like it's not the same as a Nigerian guy will be hot on your matter. Like he will literally make you feel as if you are the queen of his world and everything. Like there is a bit more you come, I come, like but them
So are you saying that white guys do not know how to like vibe a girl and stuff like that?
They just don't know how to like grab your full attention. I don't know how to I don't know how to put it, they need you to also entice, be interested. It's more of like a two-way thing, yeah. But I feel like with the Nigerian guys, like I'm coming for you, I want you, you're gonna be my wife. You're gonna
the energy.
Does he keep the energy? I think he keeps the energy. But the issue is now when he starts giving that energy to somebody else, which he's gonna do. And that's where the problem starts.
When people say that though, like which he's going to do?
Nigerian guys cheat a lot too. Nobody else has experienced it. It's just me that they be cheating on. They do, and I feel like it's even the Nigerian thing. Because me, I used to be a dreamer and think that monogamy is real and it can just be me and one person for the rest of our lives.
You no longer think that?
No, I feel like I've had to just remove that thing from my
society has
mind.
done.
No, but then I've read up on it, and apparently, like monogamy is even a social construct.
When you say used to be a dreamer, because I also used to read so many sweet novels.
Exactly,
but still, no matter what, it doesn't mean that there are no guys out there who can be faithful and stick to one woman.
At the end of the day, I think it may be the way like we put it, like the guy who can be faithful. It feels forceful. But there's some people the same way, like you want maybe one person. I'm sure there's a guy that wants. Of course,
there's a person.
Right.
So even if it's a social construct, like maybe for you want something different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes even the guy that wants to be with one person, just by association, there's a thing about. I mean, every guy will cheat, and even though he would normally not. But because of the influence around him, so you seem like the odd one out. It's like being a virgin, and when you're not a virgin, it's like, oh really? And when you are still a virgin, when every other person is like, oh really? And then you're forced to do something that you would normally or you would not want to do.
Oh, that's the thing about people generalizing. Like, all guys are players. I'm like, no, I'm a chick. I'm not a player. I'm sure there's a guy out there who's like, So
I think it's just.
But it's so different because, like you guys are saying, like. As a babe is different. Like there's pressure on you if you cheat. The way that society will react to you cheating is completely different from how it is if a guy cheats. But
is that what keeps you from cheating?
Yeah, that's a major thing. If not, are you telling me that you're not in a relationship and you see somebody else that you're not attracted to?
You're attracted, but
you're not gonna act on it because you know you can't try it. You know that the repercussions that you're gonna face are gonna be 10 times worse.
So
but as a guy,
you really want to, but
to, but I'm just saying that imagine if you were allowed to. In fact, it's even rumored that babes cheat more than guys.
But yeah,
But
like,
just
who is allowing you? Like, if you want to cheat. Like, what I'm saying is, as a woman, like, okay, like you said, men cheat, and there are women that cheat as well. But then, or maybe there are women that have the potential to cheat, but then they don't because of societal.
Yeah.
Because they are not allowed.
Yeah.
To.
Because everybody would react to, like, they would be ostracized much more than a man. Like, a man would cheat and his guys will hail himself like, how was it now? Good job. A babe that even cheats will be too scared to tell her friend. Because we're all conservative, you're expected as the woman to be virtuous character.
Like, I do.
Why do men cheat?
Why does
anyone cheat?
Like, just leave the relationship.
I know, that's what I say. Like, if you're tired of someone, just quit and just go.
It's such headache.
But then why does polygamy exist? Why does polyandry exist? Like,
I feel like we're in a world full of experiments. Like, everything exists. Just choose the one you want.
And I also think that we can have 10, 20, 50, 100 examples, but I think we're now living in a world that we generalize things so much.
We are focused on the negative.
Yeah, on that negative, too. Like, oh, men, I mean, because you've had experience with 3 men, because or 5 men at most,
I feel like,
and your friends too, but then you have not been in contact with all the men in the world.
Sorry to cut
all
you.
Men.
But I feel like we because we focus a lot on the negative as well. Like, if the same energy we gave to the negative, we put on the positive, people would actually feel differently.
You tell me where.
There's this page called
in
Black
Nigeria,
Love.
especially. I was just about to say. Okay. I referenced that Black Love in even the video I was posting today. Check out my video, by the way. Shameless plug.
That's what shameless right now.
But so trust me, I know that you see all those examples even online on YouTube. You'll be seeing couples that you're like, oh, these people look so dreamy, but then they always come crashing burning. You always hear the tea at the end of the day that
Can I say something?
look what happened. And in Nigeria,
do you have
especially,
friends with successful relationships?
Can I say something?
That's
Can I say something? So, like, I know, there's always something about conformity, and when something happens to one person, especially within the same circle, you start seeing the trend. Sometimes some things are not meant to happen in terms of, someone breaks up. Maybe they're not meant to break up, but because within the circle, they start. So they start, and it's psychological, and it's something they call it something in psychology. So, for example, even a suicide case, once you hear a suicide case in one location, be expecting another one, or a murder case. And then I think the same goes with cheating. You will see that in certain industry, lots of them are broken from broken relationship, broken marriage, broken whatever, and it's now seeming like a norm. And that's why I'm not surprised.
Like baby mama vibes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, like, now that I'm not surprised that you think a real successful relationship, because that's how things are. I don't want to say around
like
you, but
here, I guess.
And that doesn't mean that they are not good ones. There are lots of good ones.
I just feel like you're not supposed to give up on love, because if you give up on love, then you just surrender in yourself. Okay, so how is it finding work here in Nigeria for a girl in her 20s?
For me, finding a 9 to 5 was, I feel like I'm a bit skeptical to say my answer, because I feel like I don't want people to think that this is how it is generally for everyone, but it was pretty easy and straightforward for me, because like I know somebody that knows somebody that can get me into an opportunity. Yeah, like,
and in most countries in Africa, you have to know someone who knows someone.
Yeah.
And you're from a family of lawyers.
Yeah, and I'm a lawyer. So my first job experience, I worked in my dad's firm as well.
You're the lucky one.
Then from there, different family friends and things like that. So, yeah.
So did you do law because your parents wanted you to do law, or was it like passion?
No, I wouldn't say it was a passion. I think it became a passion when I realized that there was even something like human rights law. But then I did law because it was just what I knew. Like, as I said, I'm from a family of lawyers, so it's what I was used to talking about at home, it's what I was used to seeing my dad do, but nobody ever pressured me. I just didn't even naturally have an interest in any other thing. Like, yeah.
How about you?
So for me, it was more of, I want this thing, I study for it, do I qualify, I go for it. Like, I think right from the start, I never put my mind on until I know someone there. Of course, network is important, your association is important, but for me, it has always been, I want to, do I fit the criteria they're looking for? Once I fit that, I know what I'm doing in terms of what they want. I kind of just feel like I get the work. And that's been every 9 to 5 work at Gotten. Even sometimes when I was working at a particular place I don't want to mention, they say, oh, do you know someone there? No, I don't know anyone there. Like, they just, I applied, I looked at the roles, I prepared myself for it, and I went for it. If I was the ones I did not get, I knew that it was because I was not either well prepared or I didn't fit the criteria. And my first job as a university graduate, the space was a hiring agency. And because we were always going through CVs, and I think that kind of developed my mindset that there are actually jobs. It's not until you know somebody, it is who is qualified for this job, and not everybody knows that. I don't totally agree with that. Oh, there are no jobs in Nigeria. There are jobs actually.
But can I challenge you to say that if you know someone, you get it easier.
Yeah,
you can have the qualification, and I'm not saying that I know somebody and I didn't have any qualifications. Me, I'm a master's degree holder, so I also did my own part. You also have to have your own qualities.
So there is that part.
So when you know somebody, you get the easier access.
So even when you do not know someone, as you're going there, you are not just pitching in terms of technical thing, your personality is also speaking for you. And that's one of the things that, so networking is good, whether you know someone, whether from family, relative, but the way the old tune has been is, oh, I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody here, oh yeah, put me down. Even when someone wants to put you, maybe it's my own experience, like, you have to have done your own part before they not jump in there. I mean, you're a master's degree, so imagine if you were, maybe you studied, I mean, that still happens, or maybe you studied electrical engineering, but you want to work in this biggest law firm that they are not looking for that electrical role. Some people still get it because of who they know or who owns the space.
Okay, there's this thing in Nigeria, it's called NYS. Is it
NYSC?
So do you guys think it comes through? Does it help you guys in any way?
Yeah, it's like a soft landing. You get your
experience is very different. So for those who don't know, what is NYSC?
NYSC, it's your youth service year. Like, you give a year back to the country,
after you finish high school,
you finish university.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't do it until you've
and
graduated
from
university.
Yeah, even if it's schools abroad and you want to settle here, you still have to do that.
What if you come back when you're like 30?
There's actually an age limit. I think it's 30 years after you've graduated from uni, then you don't need to do it anymore. It's in the
30 years after. That's like you being in your 60s.
Yeah, like 50s or 60s.
30 years after. I actually thought when you turn 30.
Oh, no. I think it's 30 years after you've left university or something.
So we don't have that in Kenya, in many other countries. So I feel that might be one of the things that is very unique about Nigeria. Guys, if you do that in your country, drop a comment. We don't do that in Kenya. So how do you serve your country? By working for free or?
No, not like you work for free. You get paid. But then you get paid a cheaper rate. Your salary is increased after NYSC. And most times you end up getting posted because it's the government that posts you to different states and to different organizations. Obviously, if you know the system, you know that you can kind of work it to your favor. But the truth is that you get posted somewhere and you just have to work in that place. And it tends to be like a government agency or like something that is just beneficial to communities. Rarely ever like a private like organization or something. It's usually people who work it who get private postings.
Like the name says, National Youth Service. So it's more or less like service to the country. So this is my own. They said you are promoting unity. That's why they want to push you to for what states that you don't want, just so that you unite with other people. But people have good experience, so different cultures.
And like why I was even saying that it's a soft landing, because a lot of people I know who have ended up, should I say, like penetrating like big organizations or big government agencies is because they started there during their NYSC. So you start there as like a kind of intern. They call you a copper. So you're a copper, you're really not doing, sometimes all they can even be doing is sending you to buy food every day. But you're already in that office, so you can work your way up from there after NYSC.
Even during that camp, it was until I left camp that I realized that I should have actually maximized that side.
You know, people build relationships
Apart from relationships, people build their own interests. So some people were already doing all these other things that they were doing in that can't remember the full meaning of the site, structural something. I can't remember the full. That thing that they will go in and then it's like volunteer spirit, CDS, no, not CDS. That thing inside that orientation camp, they call it. We used to they call it. It's an acronym for the full thing. I can't remember. But people were more introduced in. So some people were doing things that maybe in health sector. This is not their place of work. That they already, and then they're already building. I know people that they already built that popularity from there, and then they're now. It was when you said all sorts. When you said that, no, I'm trying so hard to remember this thing because I know examples of people who, from there, kind of like just kickstarted their career more seriously.
So basically, it helped them gain clarity with in regards to something they loved doing.
In regards
they found out new interest or
in regards to notable things that will move the country forward.
Oh,
that's what I was trying.
What can be there? What options do we have?
So more or less is more NGO directed.
Okay. No,
yeah.
Okay, as we finish up.
She's so lost.
I don't understand most of what you're saying, but I'm sure Nigerians can relate. If you can relate, drop a comment, give the video a thumbs up, and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe. As we finish up, right now you're all grown up. Are you happy with where you are at your life right now? You've been so impressive. Oh my gosh, starting your online classes. By the way, guys, if you're looking for someone to teach you how to edit, look no further. Oh my goodness, she is the one to go to. So we're also gonna leave her link in the description box. Check her out. You did law. Are you practicing law?
No, I'm not practicing law anymore. After practicing for 2 years, I just realized that I probably wouldn't make the same impact that I thought I would because our justice system isn't very efficient. So I'm focused on content creation right now.
Guys, are you one of those people who has also studied one thing and then just totally does not even do it?
I still do it too. Don't say totally. I still do. I feel like legal knowledge is something, and enlightening people also about the laws that are available and the remedies, the ways that they can use the law. I'm still using the law in some regard. I'm just not going to court. That's what I mean by practicing. Yeah.
You can even go in line with content creation.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, I'll tell you what has always worked for me is as a 9-to-5er. It is who know who. I know that is very common. It is more or less, there's this job, there's this role. Am I qualified for it? Do I want it? Then I go for it. The ones I don't get is either I'm not qualified for it, or maybe I'm not fully prepared, even though I may be qualified for it, but I'm not for whatever reason. But then I've never had to put my mind on I'm looking for one uncle to submit. I don't know. I've never been. It has never worked. Man, people are not. There are jobs, but not enough qualified people. So when people say
there are think there are jobs in Nigeria, but not enough qualified
I think I'm one of the few, or maybe probably the only person that think that there are actually jobs in Nigeria.
You're not the only person. I think.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say there are no jobs in Nigeria, but it is who. The qualified people that
do you know how many doctors there are that are qualified that are leaving this country? There are no jobs.
Yeah.
There are no jobs.
But I also think that
they are not
focus on things. Yes, I know we are talking about in 9-to-5 thing. That one I can understand, but also it's not easy to start things, but maybe we've been sold starting things on a large scale that we don't start with the simple things. As a doctor, there's simple things you can do that you are even going to be creating jobs. I think
there are no jobs.
I think it's also how we grow. We're always waiting for that opportunity to come.
So I think from what I'm getting from what you're saying, or the only thing I can say I can agree with in what you're saying is that there are job opportunities, not jobs. And job opportunities doesn't mean you being an employee. It means you being an employer. There's so much potential. There's so much untapped area in Nigeria that you can create something. See now, is creating a business out of editing. And I don't know anybody that's doing that. So because it's not something that has been oversaturated in Nigeria, there's that opportunity for you to make a job for yourself. But you have to be innovative here. Forget qualification.
But
you
then
can be
I say that
and
because of my experience working at that space, they were always low. Even me.
Sorry, can I know what you do now?
So I'm into PR, branding,
Okay.
and digital marketing.
So are you working for someone or you're your own boss?
I'm running an agency.
Yeah.
But then
But she
before
also has a 9 to 5.
so I had a 9 to 5
You
before.
had? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So and then in my 9 to 5 state, the reason why I say that, and I was even now as someone who is looking to hire, I'm struggling with it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some people just want to get a job just so to feed themselves.
Yes.
And that's what
They
a lot
don't
of,
have, they
especially
may not
young
have the value to
people.
offer.
Yeah, that's what, and then we need to understand that.
Okay, interesting. Guys, are you Nigerian? Do you agree? Do you think there are jobs in Nigeria or job opportunities? Just drop a comment, let us know. As we finish up, just let me know which woman do you look up to? Who is your inspiration?
Can you start?
Well, my ideal
Nigeria.
woman is it Nigeria?
In Africa, black woman, Indian woman.
Oh, well, a black woman that I look up to is Beyonce.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So
Come on now,
she's not African, but an African
She's
woman.
black, she's white, yeah.
But an African woman, I have to give credit to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala because she is
yeah,
currently
yeah.
the head of World Trade Organization. Can you just imagine that? An Igbo woman at that, and I feel like she's just somebody that has always carried herself like
Yeah.
as if
Yeah.
she knew where she was going without
Yeah.
other people
Yeah.
even knowing. Like she has so much foresight, and yeah, she's just somebody that I feel like I want to like emulate her in some regards.
Okay, what about you, Em?
Please, can you go?
Okay. Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what people say about that woman. Sometimes I can't even see it. I'm like, I've read her books, I've listened to her, and I'm like, what are they? The what's that thing that revolves around at some point? I'm like, where's that coming from? The
You mean
old
the controversies
controversies and
Yeah. Oh my god, I love her too.
Yeah, me too.
Oprah doesn't really have controversies, does she?
she does.
I just know her for being like rich and
And I think
impacting
people didn't
with
even
media.
understand her. It's like taking, they say there's a danger in a single story. It's like taking one line or something she said, meanwhile there's a context around it. Or something she had written or whatever it is. Anyway, I love Oprah Winfrey.
Okay,
for
how about
everything.
Yeah, I would say the same. To be
Okay.
fair, like I haven't really, like I don't, there's no one that I would say, oh, this one person I focus on, like person mentors me and stuff. I look up to a lot of people, like male and female and stuff. Oprah is definitely one of them because she actually does things that I can see myself doing, and she has this understanding that I'm trying to learn, basically. Yeah, so I would say Oprah.
Oprah, in case you come across this video, you know, nothing is impossible.
Yeah, nothing
You are nothing
impossible.
impossible. We love you so much and you are our inspiration. For me, it's Oprah. Number one, I can't even compare her with anyone else. Guys,
Is she African, by the way?
she's black.
She's black.
That's all we
Okay,
need.
okay.
Yeah, as long as she's black, she's inspiring black girls.
Tell me a Kenyan that inspires you. Tell me
Caroline
Nigerians
Mutuku.
that inspire
Yeah, for me, a Kenyan is Caroline Mutuku. She's like
What
our
does she
Kenyan's
do?
Oprah.
Okay.
Big in media, you know.
you. Wow, that's cool.
How about a Nigerian
You didn't
woman that
mention any
inspires you?
Nigerian,
Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is a Nigerian.
How about you? Which Nigerian woman? How about you?
Okay, so I think for different areas, but for one area of storytelling, I'll give it to Chimamanda. But that is because I'd watched her interview.
Guys, leave a comment. Let us know which black woman inspires you. Who do you think is making, you know, big moves out there? And that brings us
country.
Yeah, in your country, whether you're from Egypt, Kenya, Nigeria, drop a comment. That brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I hope you've learned something. If you have, just show us some love, leave a comment, and make sure you know, check all of them out.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna leave their link in the description box. Go, you know, join her editing class, subscribe to her channel, and she's also an influencer as well. Yeah, so they should subscribe to your channel as well.
My book club.
Her book club. So yeah, these are also women who are doing big things. So yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe and share the video. If you want to see more of such kind of videos, let us know. You know your wish is my command. Bye.
Bye.